Here's some more bloopers. Oh, the lols. Oh, Lou. Love it. So this next demonstration has been requested by Laura, who just saw her in the gallery just there, looking the wrong way at the camera. She loves a corgi.
So I have put a little bit of masking tape on the back, and this is how I don't touch the resin. It's because I just work with little bits of masking tape, holding on to whatever I'm working with, so you've still got the control. I've taken a little bit of clear resin, just coated it over it, so that no air bubbles get trapped in these little lines, like the little details.
Okay.
So he's been painted just using paint pens, so really simple and quick. So then I've put a clear layer over, I haven't cured that. And now I'm just going to mix a little bit of resin with this glitter. Now, I think on the other one I used like a really fine gold glitter. This is an iridescent glitter I've got here.
Here, do you rather bring him over?
Oh yeah, see he's got like a little darker butt there. So I'm just going to run this over his back just to pick out the details. And if you were filling in a section, you'd use the masking tape just on the back and work in the same way, fill in the section, and then you cure it. Might even put a little bit up the back of him there just to highlight the shadow. And then
the whole thing could be glittery, right?
It could be.
Go to town.
Could go crazy. But that's what I should really share, you know, like my process when I'm doing new designs. Like some of them you think, oh, that would look really nice, and then it turns out terrible. Don't be put off if it turns out terrible. Just reduce the amount of glitter you've added to it or something.
Okay, so
you know,
over glittering.
Yeah, like I've got one corgi that looks like he's going to a disco.
By the way, was that the mould, Laura? The balloon moulds that are part of the teapot. I know we're talking about wooden here, but on the mould sort of thing, the extended delivery on the balloons alone are limited stock. So I'll bring them over, just here. They're on team for you. That is 90% gone, so that is your stock. So if that's in your basket, just letting you know, that's going to sell out individually as well at 950-831. You've still got time, but not much.
That's crazy. I brought so much more stock
Got a
because
lot of
everyone's
balloons.
always saying, bring more stock. Right, so now, so this is what we haven't done before.
Yep.
I'm going to use the resin straight out of the bottle now to just put a layer on the whole of it. Now, because it moves like honey, so this is one of the things, so other people using other resin, UV resins, have said, oh, I put it on my design and it runs off the edge. They're all different. This one is slow moving. You can do this with this. So I'm now just going to gently push it to the edges and it will like dome back on itself. So there we go, just going around the edges, pulling it over. And if you notice any, like, I don't know, like little bubbles here or anything, you can just tap them with your stick and wipe them out. So that's all the way to the edge, and then I'm just going to run the torch over it for the few minutes, and then that is it done. Super simple, but is like a gift that you can genuinely give that will be hard wearing.
A couple of those done. There's a pair of earrings. Away you go.
Giant corgi earrings.
Yeah. You think?
Oh, with the wood as well. If you use a little pin on the back of him, you can screw in little eyelet screws, so you can turn him into a necklace, or you know, like really simply. There we go.
Or maybe you've got a friend who loves dogs, who loves corgis, and that's going to go on their card, for example. Maybe it is a royal thing or a coronation thing. Absolutely. It's part of the full wooden bundle, which has full of party elements, by the way, all the balloons, the bunting, etc. But then you have got the carriage and the crown and the tea party. So there's lots in there to go out. It's only $10.79 in the club.
And these are all my original illustrations as well. Drawn them all.
Drawn them all. Bravo. So in your art, was there any drawing in your art degree?
Do you know what? Not really. Again, that my friend taught me to draw when I was like 19.
Oh, cool. Love them. What are you going for? Pop it all in your basket. Use the gap between this show and the next Stamps by Me show to check out your baskets after. I know we're playing in bloopers, but Parker's in the studio, so there's every chance it might be a live one, Parker. You're on standby, right? 2 big pack shots there, mate. There we go.
There you go, your little shimmery corgi. Can you see? Oh, I probably should have used the darker glitter. I'll show you this one so you can see the darker glitter. Bit more. There you go. You can see that better on the lights. I'm going the wrong way.
That's all right.
It's getting away from me. There you go. But isn't that cute?
And if you love the corgi, by the way, then you've got the corgi mould too, haven't you?
Yes. So 2 different ways to make him.
Absolutely, there we go. Oh, the corgi is also an extended delivery for you. So there are your 4 part of your tea party, but the details on the screen are for the wooden shapes bundle. It's 274-405 MS. Beck, so remind us, how do we find you if we want to keep up? I know.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, just Bet Makes. Easy.
You'll find it.
Easy
Absolutely.
breezy.
Okie dokie. On the website, creatingcraft.com. You tune into this show, 9 AM, the Birthday Jewellery Box with Bet Makes resin. They're all there for you, but I would keep scrolling along. That's where you get to so we're talking about like the ideal basket, if you like, or if you're starting brand new. Obviously pick your favourite moulds. Maybe you're going to go for them all, maybe you're going to go for one of them, whatever you fancy, but get to the pigments right, because you're going to want to add colour.
Yeah, it just makes it more fun.
And by the way, the books you're seeing there's various other books on the show. They have a further 20% club discount for you because it is the birthday. Beck, how often are you here?
Like once a month. I don't know when I'm next in.
Might be May.
Might be May.
Hopefully. It was always a pleasure. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thanks for bringing such a huge array. I absolutely love it. Free P&P. So now's your time on the phone lines, on the app, or on the website to press check out from me and Beck. We'll see you in a little while. So we'll see you in an hour's time, myself and Phil Martin. But stay tuned. Tony's here, Parker's here as well with the brand new Stamps by Me launch.
Hi, my name is Blanche Siegmann. I'm the owner of the company La Blanche. The company La Blanche is a crafting company located in Germany. For over 20 years, I'm designing and selling stamps, paper crafting products, and home decoration. As a passionate crafter myself, I make sure all our products are of highest quality and easy to use. We produce a whole range of products. We produce paper products. We have also shrink sleeves for your jars, glasses. We have home decoration products, paints and wall decals. Everything, the whole range of crafting we produce for you. I hope you enjoy watching us and crafting with La Blanche.
Look out for our big weekly promotions only at Create and Craft. Our one-day special, which is our special product of the day, launches every day at 6 p.m. New and exclusive launches Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m, where you will find products and offers not available anywhere else. And there's our pick of the week, which launches every Monday at 9 a.m. Taking you into the weekend is our Weekender, which launches every Friday night at 8 p.m. Create and Craft, bringing you 7 days of deals.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Lisa Horton Crafts. Lisa Horton Crafts is a globally recognised brand that sells craft dies, stamps, stencils, embossing folders and more. We have a huge range of papers, embellishments and everything a crafter needs to get started. One of the products we are known for is our Ultimate Multi-Tool, which is an amazing product. It becomes a platform for stamping. It's great for your stenciling as it has a unique peg system to it. You can also do your inking and your blending techniques, and it forms a huge part of your crafting repertoire. If you tune into my shows, you will find a quirky style. You'll find you can produce a card from start to finish in a matter of minutes. I'm a very clean and simple crafter, but the cards you can achieve are very, very effective. So grab a cuppa and make sure you come and join me and tune into my shows.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, celebrating our 20th birthday, as you know. Now, what I'm trying to do in all my shows for the next week is to think of something that we didn't have in 2003 that has added something to craft. There's lots of other things we didn't have, which I'll talk about, you know, in life, like Facebook and stuff like that. But things that have added to craft in the time that we've been a live channel since 2003. Well, we certainly didn't have this lady, Toni Darroch, international crafting superstar. 20 years ago, she was cuffing criminals.
Yeah. I know, it's much easier selling glitter and glue.
Now, you've been coming to us, what, 10 years now?
Yes, so I'd celebrate 11 years in August and September.
Right,
I know,
okay.
Can you believe that?
Okay, I know, it is incredible, isn't it? Just an amazing story. Toni has one of our, I would say you're one of the pillars of Create and Craft over the last 11 years.
Really kind.
You've brought some really innovative products to the market, the Eureka, for example, the latest glass mat, and of course her stamps and her system. Something we didn't have in 2003 was acrylic stamps.
I know.
It was all wooden blocks with red rubber.
I know, exactly. So the clear stamps just went boom, didn't they? So you could see through them. The lovely Clarity, I believe, was the first ones to do the clear stamps.
They
so
were.
Thank you, Clarity, for that. You know, and the craft industry is just getting better and better, and people are getting more innovative with the creativity when they bring forwards new products. And I don't think, like, we're any different, Stamps by Me. We always bring you something that is going to always make you look better than you actually are in simple stages.
Absolutely. Now, we've got 2 one-day specials for you, and we also have in this show a brilliant happy hour as well. I'm going to give you the details of the happy hour first. It's on the screen because you're going to love this price. You've got the Stamps by Me Abstract Tulips stencil and die set, 4 stencils and a die together for $13.49. It's like you're paying for the stamp and not the die, or paying for the stencils and not the die, or paying for the die and not the stencils. That's Toni's happy hour for you. Brilliant one.
Absolutely. So if you like our stencil system and die system that give you that 3D embellishment, you're going to love this. So it's 4 stencils in here and that coordinating outline die, and let me tell you, it's big, absolutely big. These fly every time the happy hour deal, so grab it while you can. 5 elements in here, and again, you can build those scenes, perspective as well, but a great dimensional system.
Well, half the stock's gone already. It's going to be like that, isn't it?
Let's pop it away
now. The great thing about the birthday celebration is everyone's got free P&P, so it's not a case of like, oh, put it in your basket and then make sure you take advantage of everything else, get that in your basket because of the cap postage. If you want the happy hour, you can put it in your basket, you can check it out, and a moment later you can start a new basket. It makes no odds whatsoever. That is absolutely what you need to do with some of the deals that we've got coming up over the next 7 days. You see them, you get them in your basket, you check it out, and you think, right, what next? You don't have to worry about postage whatsoever. For example, we've got a goodie bag on this show as well, haven't we?
Absolutely.
The happy hour's gone. There you go. That was a happy 2 minutes.
We like happy 2 minutes.
We do. We also have a goodie bag. I want to give you the details of the goodie bag before we get to the one-day special. This is another absolute amazing deal. And remember, if you've just gone and got the happy hour, you've checked it out. Doesn't matter. You can open up another basket and check this one out. So this is 824230, the Stamps by Me birthday goodie bag. Now, contents may vary, but what Toni has said is all 3 elements will work together when you open the package.
So I am a big believer in when we do these goodie bags, it's not a goodie bag full of rubbish.
Yeah.
Okay, because you won't come back and buy another from me. So you always get something that's going to complement. You will be guaranteed in this set an A5 stamp, so it could be something like this, it could be a floral. Then you're going to get your A5 A5 die, which will keep in theme with the stamp, and then you get that wonderful stencil. Now let me tell you, this on its own, this one here, is $18.99.
There you go, yeah.
So you're getting incredible value. So contents may vary, but I will ensure that you don't get, I said yesterday, something like a robin and a lion.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to silly things like that, but you're going to get something that works beautifully and complements.
Brilliant. So it's 824230 for the goodie bag, and remember, $17.97 is actually saving you £28. That's going to be super busy. But we are here, Toni and I, now, and at 2 o'clock to bring you your one-day specials. First of all, I'm eternally grateful that we had enough stock that I'm now not stood here doing a pick of the papers show on my own and she's gone home.
The buyer said to me, like, that is not enough stock. You need to put more forward. Martin's on the day after.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
okay,
Yeah, there you go.
I'll sort it out.
I get so excited. I've got a Toni Darrett one-day special and I turn up at 7 o'clock in the morning and she's not here. She's gone home and I'm on my own.
We've been working together quite a lot, though. It's been great.
We have,
fun.
yeah, it's been good lately. Right, so let's talk one-day special. There's 2 one-day specials. This is the first one. Tied with Love Stamp and Stencil Die System. 14 pieces in here. Club price is going to be under £50.
And great shout there, 14 pieces. Now it's all in one packet. I'm trying to be a little bit better with the environment. Eco-friendly packaging, 4 stencils to get the dimension, less plastic, which is awesome, outline dies, and then we get the coordinating stamps, and the stamps are wonderful. You get the front and the back.
Okay.
It's very rare to see the back of a stamp. So you get that in here. So let me just show you the system. So the stencil system, you can use completely flat if you want to. You don't have to use the dies. It looks incredible. So here it is here with those 4 stencils. Then we have the gown, the front and the back, which is awesome. So you can create a perspective like she's looking in a mirror. She's walking away. She's been walking away from the front part of herself. Really, really beautiful in this sense. Now I've coloured this one in ivory, because ivory gowns. But think about proms, think about celebrations. There is so much you're going to be able to do with this one. And then when you pop the dies round, you get this beautiful frame. And guess what? You get a coordinating mat and layer, which is going to give you shaped cards. Now if you look at the samples on the front row, there are plenty of shaped cards, thank you so much, that you can create. So rather than a traditional 5x7 card, we get that beautiful shaped element. And these bows here, these are like a total freebie for you, and let me show you those. So these are also in the set as well. Now I've combined them in very different ways, different colours to showcase them. So you can see here, you get that realism in that flowing system down here, like you do when you do your bows and you twirl the ribbon. You get the realism of that. You get the mat and layers as well. And they're just a beautiful complement. Now these are going to be showcasing in our Christmas event as well, because they work well with that. So buy with confidence on these ones. But these are the best bows we've ever done. And they come in with, it's not a choice of, you get it all together.
Yeah, and the price is even less than I told you, because of course we're giving you 20% club members in this one, so it goes down to $43.98, and 2 flexis are available on it as well. So a fantastic deal. But that's not all of it, of course.
No, next one.
We've got another one-day special
2,
for you as well. Cool. Yeah. Now Toni and I were talking before the show about things we didn't have in 2003. And Toni has brought us absolutely some items which have become the de facto must-haves in the crafting industry. Your stamping platform set all sorts of records. You know, your the
Eureka.
Yeah, the system with the stencils. 3D system.
Layering system, yeah.
Yeah, that layering system.
Yeah.
That's something that, you know, we never had.
Yeah.
The quality of the stamps is something we never had. But what Toni suggested was before the show that drop us an email with what was your defining Stamps by Me product. What is the one product that changed the way you thought about craft or made crafting easier for you?
That'd be wonderful, because I bet we get a whole variation, you know, because we're not just a one-dimensional company. We don't just bring you one product that we're good at.
No.
We bring you such a variation of craft.
Was it inks? Was it stamps? Was it stencils?
Embossing folders, die cutting machine. What was it? Yeah, let us know.
What was the first Stamps by Me product you bought, or what has been the key Stamps by Me product you bought? You can do that by getting in touch with studio@crankcraft.com.
There's a lot to talk about, really, because we've been here nearly 11 years, so there's a lot of stuff.
There is a lot of stuff.
There is a lot. I'd be interested to see what people say.
Please do let us know. This is birthdays all for you to celebrate those 20 years. I've already had lots of messages this morning on Facebook from people who've been watching from the beginning and people who found us later on. So we would love to hear from you, please. studio@createandcraft.com. Let us know how long you've been watching, any memories of yours, but more importantly in this show, name a Stamps by Me product that has changed your crafting world. Here's the second one-day special. It's 509334. It's the Alice and Saying Hello stamp and stencil system. This time there's 49 pieces in here, and again that club price is brilliant, under £60. £20, free postage, remember.
So the reason why I've broken these up is to give you options. I didn't want to put it in a big bundle. It would have been really expensive.
Okay.
Eye-watering really expensive, actually. I like to spend money on craft, but I know a limit.
Yeah.
So they've been broken up. Of course you can buy them all, but we've separated them into three, some from the Weekender. So this one is Alice. So this one gives you that lovely foliage frame with the berries. Same concept, ladies and gentlemen. You get the 4 layering stencil system. You get your coordinating dies, which give you that shaped card, but you don't have to use. And then we have that lovely stamp. Now the frames on their own hold their own. You do not need to use the lady stencil. They are beautiful and will work with all of the wonderful other brands that are here on Create and Craft. And I believe some of them have got some incredible launches throughout birthday.
We have indeed, yeah.
So they will work alongside. So that is Alice, and I'll show you the board in a second. But check this out down here, guys. This lovely sentiments and coordinating dies. Now this is beautiful. You get the lovely sentiment font on there, so this is going to work through all, again, Christmas as well. And then you get which standalone stamps, and then you get the dies and outline dies, and these are, you can see from that sample there on the front of the packet, you get the bows, you get the words, all in each individual set, but it's to show you that all of them work wonderfully together. Let me show you the boards here. So here we have Alice. So it's just a greenery frame on this one because we can't always do florals, so it's just a greenery frame here. You get the front and the back of the gown. This is my favourite gown because this is the type of gown that I would wear, totally covered, totally classic in design. And then when you use the complementing outline dies, you get the 3D sort of effect on there. And you can add sparkle to them, berries, gems, whatever you want to. And then check these words out. So we have the wonderful, great day, saying hello and amazing you. They stamp on their own. But to have the dies that do this is a game changer. But you also get add-on elements as well, which we're really, really good at here at Stamps by Me. So you can build in your own message. Have a great day. Time to celebrate. Saying hello to you, my friend. Have a wonderful time.
Wonderful friend.
Yes, so you can build them in as you wish. Now, this is an A5 set. It's absolutely huge. And because you get those 20% discounts as well, you're just getting a great, great bargain. So you're practically getting this one free above this one. So
now, I know this
happy
week.
Birthday.
Yeah, I know this week, obviously, well, it's 7-8 days, is going to be amazing for everybody. I know you can't buy everything, and I'm
No.
sure everybody can't. So you've got to cherry pick and find the products that you know that you're really going to get great results and value from. All of your favourite brands will be here, and Stamps by Me is one of them. Toni will be back on Monday, Tuesday.
I'm back on Monday with a pick of the week in birthday.
There you go. You see, so there's lots to come. So you know you've got to make a decision. What's going to be the ones that you're going to get the best value from. So amazing value in our 2 one-day specials. The happy hour already gone. The goodie bag already going very quickly. Our one-day specials going very quickly. We're looking forward to hearing from you, your thoughts on your favourite product from Stamps by Me. All you have to do is get hold of us on studio@createandcraft.com. Now, we've got one more product to show you before we get to demo.
So this is from our Weekender, so this is sort of like the sneak peek and the introductory to the rest of the glamorous collection. This is Francesca and Wow Blooms. So again, this is what's left from the Weekender, so there isn't much. So basically, again, same concept. We get our wonderful lady. This time she's sparkly and she's frontal as well, but you also get the rear as well of her gown, so you can see the detail in there, a hair brush to one side, totally telling a story, absolutely wonderful. The frame in this one has more florals in there, so you get that wonderful frame, and this is just flat, but this is it built up with those coordinating dies, and this is the wonderful bow from the first one, Sadie, so you can see the collection works beautifully. So this one is Francesca, but then check this out, we get the Wow Blooms. Now this is different, ladies and gentlemen. So you see on each one of these we have the hearts. On each one we have a heart. Now in this one you get five A6 stamps that are all built to just layer. So you just line up these hearts, one on top of the other, just concentrate on the hearts and the rest will look after itself. Choose the colour, and then you have a plate die that goes over this last one when you've done the stenciling, over this plate here, and it cuts them all through and gives you the most beautiful bouquet of flowers, and you can build and build and build. And you can see we've got that saying hello stamp and die cut in there too. So you can build the most dreamy type style wreaths if you want to, corner bouquets. This is beautiful. I cannot tell you. And layering systems are amazing, but what we've done with this one is we've simplified it in the sense you just line those hearts up, and then there's no faff trying to find which die goes around the tiniest leaf. It's on a plate. Once you've done all of your stamping, put the plate on top, cut them all in one pass.
There you go. So that's your actual weekender, but there's not much of it left now. 790287, the item number. Right, we're going to get to some demonstrations. Like I said, this birthday celebration is for you guys as well, to celebrate 20 years. All of those that have you been supporting us since day one. We've had messages, I've had messages from you on Facebook, lots of familiar names as well, people that are out there who've reached out to us. We've met at shows and have become friends. You know, that's the great thing about this channel. All of the people, certainly I've met over the years, absolutely brilliant. We want to hear from you all through the week. You can be just saying happy birthday, you can be telling us how long you've been watching, whatever you want to share with us. But in this show, let's find out what your favourite Stamps by Me product is. It could be those iZink inks. They could have changed the way you stamp. There's the classic and vintage collection together there for £25.18 club price. It could be that Eureka, that game-changing, we'll hear that a lot this week, game-changing stamping platform, you know, and at the moment it's at the best price ever. Club price is going to take it just to £40.49, and that, I still remember the story at Malvern. A lady had travelled on the bus a long way looking for a stamping platform of any kind, and there was none at the show whatsoever. They were just starting to become a thing. And then of course Toni had the Eureka 101, which is so much more than a stamping platform. It's an artist's palette, a watercolour palette. You can put your inks, your colours in that palette. It comes with a brush, it comes with a scoreboard that goes inside it. It'll work with the thicker stamps and the thinner stamps as well, and of course you've got the beautiful carry case for it as well. What a present for somebody. £40.49. Give the present of something that makes stamping incredibly easy. Stamping platforms changed the game again for people who had dexterity problems and couldn't get their stamping right every time. If you bought a big stamp and you were trying to stamp it and it just always had an area that didn't stamp properly, you put it on the stamping platform, you can press it down 20 times if you want, and then if you still don't get a perfect image, you just put more ink on and put it back in the same place. It made stamping easy for everybody.
Just amazing, yeah. And the Eureka is quite unique in the sense you can stamp onto MDF as well.
Yeah.
So because of the depth of that as well, there are more boards and more elements coming to support your Eureka. So it's going to be super exciting.
And it's at one of the best prices ever right now. So make sure you grab yours. Right. What are we going to do? I'm
going to use Sadie from the first one-day special. Okay. So Sadie, and I'm just going to use lots of bits and pieces from all over because the collection does work beautifully together, but I'll try and tell you which ones are from which just in case you are buying a certain one. So I'm going to use Sadie, and I have my 4 stencils here. Now I'm not, you saw I do encourage you to go back and watch yesterday's shows because I did a lot of technique yesterday and I try and do different demonstrations every time. But you get your 4 stencils and they are numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4. Follow the number system. They also have these wonderful hearts in the corners as well. So if you want to ink through the hearts just to get the line-up system, you can totally do that as well. So once you've done it once though, you'll be absolutely set to go. So I'm just going to pop this on here. In fact, let me just get my mini mat here. This will help me. I don't have my big one today, so I'll use my mini one. I don't have my big one because somebody, I'm not going to mention any names, sold them all out. And there wasn't even one spare in my warehouse to bring today because I gave mine to Helen. So I'm using my mini, but if you haven't, look at that, still work. Look at like it was meant to be, hey. Right, so let's get some colour through here. So I'm following the system. I've got number 1 here, and I'm just going to line the stencil up to the edge.
There's a smaller one.
Of course.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a smaller magnetic glass mat.
We can't have mummy without baby.
Have we got those in stock?
Possibly.
Is it on the show?
Oh, here we go.
It's not on the show. Can we get it added on the show? I mean, that is just...
it might be in stock. I'm not sure.
If it's in stock, our producer's going to try and see if we can add it.
He's going to find it for 2 o'clock.
If not, yes, it's going to be there at 2 o'clock. The magnetic glass mat, that's like inventing the wheel all over again. That is just oh my word.
Oh, that's it now.
I didn't know there was a baby one. And that you've just unfolded there, that's another revolutionary product right there. Have we got that in stock? Sorry, Ross.
Sure grip mat. I don't think this is in stock.
He's looking at the mat first. Okay, we're looking for the mat first.
Let's calm down.
Yeah, tell us about the other one as well.
So this is your Sure grip mat. I think this is out, but this is back for when we do our tool show.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to stencil through here. Number one, I'm just going to go with a nice bit of pink here. Now I am doing everything from start to finish today, because now that the hype of yesterday and the rush of yesterday has chilled out a little bit, I can breathe and just spend a little bit more time showcasing them in their full glory. If you have got them already, absolutely well done. I can't wait to see what you all do with them. Don't forget, we have the QR codes on all of our packets as well. You know, to support you in using your wonderful products. I'm live every night, every Monday night at 8 o'clock of the evening I'll be probably using these on Monday, encouraging you to use them as soon as you get them home. So there's stencil number one. Check that out, super easy, nothing flash at the moment. Okay, so let's get our stencil number two. So I'm just going to line it on top, super easy, and I think I'll go with the same coloured ink pad here. I'm just going to line that stencil up to the edge of that card, and then I'll hold it in place with my magnet, and I'll just press on a little bit harder this time. We have over 1,300 videos since 2014 of all of the products we've brought to you here on Create and Craft. So if you want to go back, if you've ever purchased products, there will be a video somewhere. All you need to do is go to the How to Craft network, and you'll see lots of other brands there as well that come here
so
too.
There you go, there's something that wasn't around in 2003.
I know.
QR codes and YouTube.
I started my channel the day my son was born.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, the day he was born, we set up the YouTube channel.
2003, our floor manager was only just born.
Oh gosh.
He was 3, I asked him earlier. 3 years old. Unbelievable.
That is crazy.
We have got members of staff here who were still twinkles in their parents' eyes in 2003, so...
Right, I've just taken a darker ink pad here because I really want it to show on TV for you. So I've just taken like a purple here. So this is number two.
They're still struggling to find that.
Okay, well I'll have a look on for 2 o'clock, because I know we've got
If we can't get it added for the show, we'll definitely try and get it added for 2 o'clock, because you've got to have one. You've got to have one of those. We're still looking though. Yeah, look, there you are. You can see him looking. There he is. There's Ross, our producer, looking very hard. Very hard.
He's going to love you for that. Right, and then we're going to do stencil number 3, and we'll swap out now for a nice green. And then, just to chop it up from yesterday a little bit, what we'll do is we'll do our last layer in a sparkly paste to show you that, you know, don't be fearful of putting one of the stencils through with some other medias you have in your stash. So if you've got acrylic paints or sparkly pastes or anything, there's a whole host of sparkly eyes inks on the website as well. They're super cool and they dry really fast, and that's what I'm going to use on my 4th layer. I love to see people's makes as well, so make sure you share your makes once you've made something with them.
Like we said, we'd love to hear from you. I know it's early on a Saturday morning, but you know, birthday is all about celebrating all of these years of crafting. Oh wow.
So it's quickly coming together. It looks quite cool, doesn't it? But on our last layer, with all this beautiful detail on here, we're going to add some nice gold, and let's do a sparkly card for a change. So let's just swap out these. So I have my eyes inks here, and this is on the website. It's a gold. Okay, we have a few combinations on there, so if you don't have any sparkly paste, they're super inexpensive, they dry super quick as well, and they come in this eco-friendly packaging, which is an old fruit baby container food drinky type style, so totally recycled. And I love the fact that I can just squeeze what I need onto my spatula here and then run it through. So I'm just going to pop some onto the end here, and I'm just going to hold this in place, and then I'm just going to run some sparkle through this last stencil. So I'm going to end up with, whoops, I'm going to end up with some lovely sparkle on this card. So if you don't have a spatula, you could maybe use sort of like a soft end-sided butter knife or something like that, but these are pretty inexpensive. I'm sure there's something on the web.
Everybody's got grandma's butter knives somewhere.
I know,
in their
with the
house.
old wooden handle.
With the, or the ivory, or fake ivory
porcelain.
yeah, that lovely proper butter knife, one that bends when you know, and it's the right shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got those somewhere.
Oh.
Got some emails coming in to read out to you in a few
Wonderful.
minutes, folks.
Absolutely wonderful. So as you can see, I'm just taking my time. Our stencils are high quality, so don't be afraid of them. They don't break, you can't really hurt them. Just run them under a tap if you do use a sparkly paste, and in relation to inks and things like that, they wash off unless you're using a permanent ink, but it doesn't affect the stencil in any way.
I've filled little holes in the wall, little imperfections in the wall, maybe where you've had a picture hung up, or mixed paint with grandma's butter knives. I can tell you, brilliant tools.
So I'm just trying to not waste what I've got on my tool here, and just making sure I've got all of those elements covered. And then
While you're just smoothing it out, let's get started on the emails. Tracy in Durham, the reason I love Stamps by Me is the sentiments. They're my go-to for everything. I love them because they're not too cheesy and say just what I need to elegantly and beautifully. I'll agree with that. Toni brings us, I think, some of the best sentiments you'll get on any stamps. They are modern without being too modern, and without being too sickly, if you like, you know, too cheesy, like Tracy says. So I couldn't agree with you more, Tracy, on that one. Well, and they're always readable as well. You don't get any of those horrible scrolly fonts when you can't work out what it says as well. So yeah, congratulations on that one, Toni. Modern fonts.
Yeah, so let me just show you this.
That's glorious, and look at the glitter on there now.
Is that not just beautiful? So don't be afraid to swap out.
All done with that layering stencil template, which is just fabulous.
Absolutely beautiful, honestly, and you can do this with any of them, Francesca, Sadie or Alice.
Okay, here's one from Helen Kirkham.
Oh, lovely Helen.
Morning, Helen. She says, morning, Martin,
Nice
Toni, and
sidekick.
everyone in the studio. Happy birthday, Crate & Crafts. I'm loving the collection, boss. You are a genius.
Oh, bless her.
My must-have stamps by me. God, there's so many to mention, but I love the OG product of stamps by me, the lamination stamps. I love the lamination system. It's super clever and super effective. Agree with you, Toni. Agree with you. That's something we didn't have 2003, laminating.
No, lamination,
stamps.
I know. That's what really put me on the map 10 years ago, was our two-part layering system with to make watercolour flowers, and it was so you didn't have to pick up a brush. You could absolutely achieve those results without any classes, any help, and again, they're all on that QR code, so you get that backup, you get the help from me. It's really, really cool.
Right, before we do any more, let's actually show you a lovely video of some cards and things that have been made with your one-day specials. Right, before we get back to more demonstrations, folks, I think we'll just give you a quick reminder of what we've got in the show. 817570 is one day special number 1, the Tied with Love stamp and stencil die set, which I think you just saw being eloquently demonstrated there by Toni. Remember, everything comes in one package nowadays, a little bit more, you know, environmentally friendly, rather than you opening up all these wonderful packages. It's all put into one, which works really, really well. $43.98 is actually a 20% discount for club members. Free postage, of course, throughout our birthday event, all the way through till, I think, Monday of the following week, something like that. 817570, the item number, though, for one day special number 1. Don't forget the goodie bag. There's still a few of those left. If you want to get hold of the goodie bag, check out the website for that one as well. But that's 817570. That's the Tied with Love stamp and stencil set. But there is a second one day special as well, which follows in the same theme, but with a different, obviously, main theme and design. So you're not replicating it, you're getting something completely different. This is the Alice and Saying Hello stamp and stencil system. 49 pieces in total in here for a club price of $58.48, and I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see something demonstrated with that, certainly during this show. We've got an absolute stack of emails in as well, so let's do a couple more while we can. This one's from a lady called Jenny. Hi Tony and Martin, for me, stamps by me are fantastic and amazing at giving me a project from start to finish. Very important. It's not one element, it takes you from a stencil to a stamp to a die to a sentiment. First company, and still the only company in my mind that do that. It's kept clean and simple also, so easy to use with maximum effect. Thanks so much, Tony. You're an inspiration to me as a crafter, but as a strong female businesswoman as well.
Oh, thank you
there
so
you
much.
go.
That's
It's been
really
amazing to watch you grow. You should talk about strong. You should see her in between the shows, making people fetch her grapes and stuff.
Oh,
and
he's telling
throwing her
fibs.
weight around backstage.
They do not believe
Get me a
you.
fan. Get me a fan.
They do not believe you.
She's not like that at all, actually. You can tell probably from the accent. She's very, very down to earth, is our Toni. She,
I am.
Maybe knocks up a brick wall in between shows or something.
Yeah.
No, brilliant. One of my favourites to work with, I have to say, over the last...
We do have such fun though.
Oh, it's great.
It is amazing.
That's why I get so frustrated when I see your name
I'm
down
sorry.
and it's all sold out and you've gone home.
Oh, I was worried last night.
Right, let's get back to another demonstration, shall we?
Yes. So one thing, which I didn't mention, but we have our mini Eureka back in stock.
Oh, come on.
Sorry about me. So basically, if you just want a little mini one to help you out with your sentiments and your stamping, we have our cute little mini as well, which comes, guess what, in its adorable clutch bag as well.
I tell you what, if you've already got the Eureka but you like to craft on the go, going on holiday and things like that, that's a must-have, surely.
Absolutely, caravan.
Yeah.
That's why I did it as well, because sentiment-wise, it's just like, do I want to be getting my big one out just for a little sentiment that says thanks?
Well, you say that, but that's a pretty big space for stamping.
This is brilliant for our USA fans.
I mean, well, yes, very true, very true. I'm just thinking about, okay, here's the one-day special with
It fits.
Sadie.
It fits.
That'll fit in there easy.
Absolutely, there you go.
Yeah. So actually, if you don't have a stamping platform and you're still quite new to stamping and you don't want to invest in a full-size Eureka, well, go for the little one. It's $24.29.
Yeah, and this is your travel one, so you get a little mini brush, you get the magnet, and you get the clutch bag as well. So if you're not wanting to do the big stuff with the scoreboard and the box template and things like that, this is a great starting point, and it's affordable as well.
But that's still bigger than some of the stamping platforms that were available from day one,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
offers so much more with the palettes, the brush, and everything as well. Okay, there's an option.
There's
the mini, the baby.
The baby.
Stamps by me, Eureka. Okay. We haven't got a huge amount of them,
No.
but they are in stock, so if you'd like to get hold of that today, you can. Oh, they're limited
Okay.
stock. Okay, great. Well,
Right,
you know what
okay.
to do. Grab them if you can.
Let's talk about Wow Blooms. So Wow Blooms comes with Francesca. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to build a card that's built with all of the collection. Let's just show you. So the Wow Blooms, it looks like, again, one packet. You're thinking, my gosh, what am I getting in that packet? You're getting a total lot of craft stuff in here. So you get your 4 A6 stamps and then you get your plate. Let me show you. Check this out. Look at all these stamps in one set. So stamp 1, they're numbered. 1, 2, all connected. All I've got to do is line the hearts up. 3, line the heart up. 4, line the heart up, and then guess what? We have our coordinating plate, which cuts them all in one pass. So let's do this. So basically, we're getting all of our components together to make a beautiful card. If we don't get to make the card, we'll build it together, me and Martin, at 2 o'clock, okay? So again, QR code on the back of your packet. I'm going to talk you through everything from start to finish, as that lovely lady's emailed in and told you. Tells you how many pieces, eco-friendly as well, packaging as well. So let's go for it. Now, let's start with number 1. Super easy. You can see, look, they're all connected. So I'm not having to do a flower and a leaf. It'd take me too long and it frustrates me. I can't be bothered with it. So I like things that are going to make me craft quickly and still get fantastic results. So stencil 1. So let's pick this one up. Pick this up here. So I'm going to go pinky purple. Let's go pink. So let's just bring this into shot here so you can see what I'm doing. Let's just move this out of the way.
Okay, the mini Eureka sold out just like that, and we had a good amount of those. Crikey. Well done. We've still got the original Eureka, of course, which is at one of its greatest prices ever, so take advantage of that. I've got another stack of emails to read. While Tony's inking, let's say hello to Sue Noble in Lincolnshire, who says,
Sue.
wishing you all a happy birthday. I love Create and Craft, and I've been watching for most of your 20 years. One of my favourite products of Tony's is the lamination stencil projects. These seem very popular, that are just so inspirational. You can achieve so much and look so professional without doing a lot. All of Tony's products are brilliant and never short of ideas. Thank you so much. There we go.
Thank you everyone, that's super kind.
There's loads more. I'll read them as I can. We'll get through these emails. It's important. If you take the time to email in, I'm going to read them.
Yeah, absolutely. So stamp number 1, look, I inked up the flowers in pink, the leaves in green. I sprayed with a bit of water. You don't have to spray, ladies and gents. I just like the watercolour look. I like them to make it look like I've actually done it with a brush and I haven't used a stamp. So as you can see, number 1, you can see there is a little heart just there. So the next one, I'm going to take my next stamp, number 2. Again, the carrier sheet is numbered for you, so keep it super simple. So let's find number 2.
Now, obviously being the birthday, and we didn't want Toni sloping off home early today, so we've got a massive stock of these one-day specials, but we are nearly half gone now of them. So both of them nearly half gone, so make sure you grab yours. This is the biggest stock we've ever done to ensure that we manage to have the full amount of shows for you.
And I did get the email, Martin's on, you know, watch your back. So here we go, look, so I've got the second one. Well, normally when you get this sort of layering system, you do one at a time, you're not sure where it gets placed, they pop it on here as a guide sometimes to help you out, but it's still frustrating because I can never do it myself. So can you see that heart there? All I've done is I've taken the stamp and I've just lined the heart up. I'm just going to let everything else take care of itself. Even if I don't think it looks right, trust me, it's been designed perfectly, so it will work. So just line that little heart up there and it will work. So let's pick up this one.
Now, Leslie in Kenilworth emailed to say happy 20th birthday. I have a good stash of stamps by me, brilliant quality and products very unique, which I love. But she has to say that the Eureka is the best one, best item she has. I use stamps all the time. This changed everything for me to enable perfection. Thank you, Toni. You're a brilliant inspiration.
Oh, thank you so much.
Another Eureka lover there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying last night, you know, every time I come, we sell tons of Eurekas, and I think surely everybody's got one, but there are brand new crafters every single day, isn't there? So I've just got my spray here, just give it a light mist. You don't have to go to town with the water, you can add more, you can take less away, it doesn't really matter. So because I've lined that heart up, everything else is just going to look after itself. So you can see now we've got some beautiful flowers. I just missed a little bit on that flower there, so I'm just going to make sure I go back in and add that.
Alison emailed to say happy 20th birthday to the best craft show ever. I love watching you two, you're amazing. My favourite stamps by me are the stamps. That was the first thing I got, then I got the Eureka and then the magazine, so they're all amazing. I've been watching for 19 years. Wow. A lot of people found us quite actually when they've been poorly. I know that sounds a morbid thing to say, but Alison found us when she was off work for 3 months after having a major op and watching TV. She found Create and Craft and was hooked, and I've been watching ever since. So there you go. Thank you very much, Alison. Glad to have you along. Right, next up.
Number 3. So again, I'm just going to find my heart. Here we go, look. Pop the heart in place. Super easy. Got that little heart just lined up there beautifully. I'm not even looking at the rest of it. I'm going to let it just do its thing. I'm just going to line my heart up there perfectly. Oh, there we go. Super easy. It's so cool, honestly. And we layer everything with a heart system. So you can see I love hearts, as you can see. So you're always going to get that aid there to help you. So let's do, what have we got? Greenery. So we've got greenery. So let's get a tealy colour. Let's go a bit darker this time. So I'm just going to pop some green. And again, I ink up that heart so it helps me out.
Here's a lovely one from Jeanette, who says, morning Martin and Toni. Quite simply, it was watching Toni do some demos that inspired me to first have a go at card making, which I love. Aww. I always make sure that I watch any Stamps by Me show. Toni is always inspiring and a pleasure to watch. There you go. That's lovely, isn't it?
That is really kind.
Thanks, Jeanette. Kylie emailed as well. Just wanted to say I'm so grateful to be able to watch Craft and Crate and Craft every day. I lost my father in 2021 and it devastated me. I found it hard watching normal TV programmes during the day, as for some strange reason I hated things ending. Crate and Craft has and still helping me get through the days, as when one show stops another one starts, so there's no real ending. I like that. Thank you very much indeed,
lovely.
Kylie. Very kind of you to say.
I hope you're
Toni.
okay, sweetheart. And then number 4.
Okay, number
keep
4, got
going.
another email. Keep them coming in, folks. This is what we want. We want to involve you as much as possible in our birthday celebrations, because we wouldn't be here without you, would we? We simply wouldn't have been here for 20 years without the loyal support of you guys. So this one's from Elaine Davis. She says, "Hi Martin and Tony." Oh, she sent a photo in.
Oh,
Please
nice.
find attached a photo of a card that I've recently made. Oh, look, we've done those together, Tony. Look, it's the
Quattro D.
yeah, there you go, the Quattro D system. Another amazing thing that Toni is responsible for. She said she made it with the Eureka and the Mojito stamp, stencil and die set. They're so easy to use and the results are always fabulous. She'll be going to Port Sunlight
Oh, I see
this
you
year,
there.
and I'll be going home with loads more Stamps by Me purchases. Keep up the good work. Keep up the emails. Thank you very much, Elaine.
Yes, so that's our wonderful dedicated stamping show next weekend.
Oh, is it next weekend?
It is, yeah. So if you want to get tickets to that, come and
Where
say
is Port
hello.
Sunlight?
It's in Liverpool,
Ah,
in the Wirral, very posh.
okay, very
It's
nice.
very nice.
Nice toilets?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's
And it's a
important
beautiful
thing.
venue too. So yeah, there's still time to come to that one if you would want to come
cafe?
and say hello. Yeah.
Lovely.
So all I did here, look at that. So I added the yellow in the centres. I had no worry about lining up. Have I done it right? It doesn't look right. You know it's right because of that heart system. Check out those beautiful florals there. So let me just move this out of the way very quickly. Now you're probably thinking, right, now's the pain in the bottom die where we've got to line it all up. No. Keep it simple. So here we go. Look, you pop the die around, all on one plate, all connected. Look, can we see that there? So what I would do if I had this at home, I would definitely do all layer 1 on a piece of card, all layer 2, all layer 3, all layer 4, and batch make. Have a ton of different colours, all layer 1 while stamp number 1 is actually in your tool. Do number 1, swap it out for number 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth, and then cut them all through, and then have a big pot of different floral colours, and then you can build your own embellishments around any card. So maybe if you've got something from, say, Phil Martin on his show this morning, if you've got something from him, you can build flowers around whatever he's bringing you. It's just, you can put hands on straight away, and that's what I love about Stamps by Me products. They give you something that is quick but look really effective. So I'm just going to run this through here.
That goodie bag, very busy. Let me remind you, in the goodie bag you get a stamp, a die and a stencil, and they should all coordinate nicely. Toni said that although its contents may vary, I can't tell you what your image might be. What you will get though is an A5 stamp, an A5 die and an A5 stencil, and you're getting them with basically 2 items free in that. It's fantastic value for money. £17.97. You can pick that up while we've still got it. Hopefully there'll be some left this afternoon. We will see.
So there you can see a whole bunch of embellishments. Took what, and I did it absolutely live from start to finish, so I have now some lovely embellishments. So now let's go on to a gown.
I got a brilliant email here.
Okay.
This is from Sarah, Sarah says, you'll guess what she's talking about. She says, I have this and it's fantastic. For the love of God, please give out the number for the mini magnetic board. I'm going crazy looking for it. Toni, fantastic as ever. You will ruin me financially. Martin, you are so funny when you work with Toni. You lose your grumpy man image. Oh, I know who this is. That wasn't from Sarah. That's from Lynn in Bristol. They've put 2 emails close together here. Thank you, Lynn. Grumpy man, I love it. Yeah, we still can't find it.
I'll sort it for 2 o'clock.
We'll
don't
sort
worry.
it for 2. Look at that. That is brilliant.
I have a ton. Don't worry. I'll add some more. We'll get it sorted for
It
you.
was Sarah who said a quick one for you, Martin. Quattro D for me.
Quattro D for me too. Whoop,
Yeah,
whoop.
that's a great symbol, great sort of logo, isn't it? Quattro D, or Quattro as Madam here calls it, for me. There we go. Right. Yes, I come from Solihull originally, so it's Quattro there.
That sound. You're joking. It's Quattro D.
Right, so back to what Tony's doing.
Right, so because we use the Sadie frame, let's stick with the Sadie stamp. So if you have got this bundle, you know what I'm touching on, you've got. So I'm going to use the stamp now, and I'm going to do one of my favourite techniques, and I do it all the time, and I do apologise. You all know that you can paint these designs, pencil them, Copic marker them, alcohol marker them if you want to. But what if you don't want a colour? And I am an encourager of picking up the brush, you all know this. But there are some instances where people just don't want a colour, and that's absolutely fine. So let me show you a shortcut, which I've done several times already, on how to get a coloured image where I haven't touched a colouring form of any, okay? So let's stamp this lovely Sadie out. Now Sadie's wonderful. She has buttons all the way down the back of her gown, and she has that beautiful bow on the front. So I'm just going to stamp this out in black.
Now, we have some amazing stories from viewers throughout the years. Some of them we can read out, some of them better kept like personal to the viewer. But I know that a lot of you came to crafting through having time off through illness, and a lot of you have dealt with illness while you've been in your crafting journey. And I've met a lot of you who've had some wonderful kind things to say, particularly through the pandemic, on how Create and Craft kept you going by just having us there in the corner, jabbering away and bringing you crafting stuff. Have I got time to read out a full page email from Kim?
Go for it.
Kim Williamson in Houghton, Les Springs. She always puts how to say Houghton because I never remember, and of course call it Houghton, but it's Houghton, Les Springs. Kim says, I think my best products from Stamp by Me is the stamping platform due to my sight issues, and as I'm not a sloppy person, her sentiment stamps are perfect for me.
Yeah.
Martin, you remember back in the day when Create and Craft invited members to be a part of the day at the studios? I do. We used to have members there in the studio while we were live. I was lucky enough to be one of those ladies. I was home recovering from regaining my sight and watching daytime TV and stumbled across craft with Ideal World. I met Stephanie, Wendy Rhodes and Audrey Hibbert. There's some names from the past. Well, not Stephanie, but she's still here. For workshops in the morning, a tour, lunch with them and the crew, and then in the afternoon went live with all the presenters. It was an absolute fantastic experience, encouraged me to start craft classes in my spare time as I went back to work full time. So the church hall and the local craft shop was the place to be. I'm retired now and I craft for pleasure, but my class members are still my very good friends and we meet up all the time going on crafty trips. Our next is to Doncaster in July. Martin and Tony, I could write a book about craft and the friendships I've made throughout 20 years, including Ideal World. I will continue to be a member. I have been since the beginning and I continue to craft. Many thanks, Kim Williamson. Kim, your story is awesome and it brings so many emotions to mind, doesn't it? Look, Tony's having to fan herself because there are so many people out there who are of the same ilk, and you know, we have a great team of presenters here. Nigel, you know, Dan, myself, and the Hochanda presenters as well. They were all people that we worked with throughout those 20 years. Paola was a guest, Hayley was a guest, the lovely Catherine Sturrock was a guest who's now gone on and is running her own shop as well, which is awesome. Charlie did a lot of work on Ideal World before he came to Hochanda, and of course now is part of Create and Craft. You see Dean popping up occasionally. We all remember Dean, don't we, obviously? I've known Dean for nearly 30 years now because I worked with Dean at QVC in the mid-90s, which is incredible. So everybody has a story about Create and Craft, and this birthday period is a great time to share your story about how we've interacted with you or the effect that crafting has had on your life, whether you've been with us from the beginning or you found us last week. An example, we had an email from an American viewer. That's something we didn't have 2003, the ability to transmit to America. A lady called Chelsea, who was on holiday over here, saw us on a hotel TV and emailed in like, how can I watch this when I get back to America?
Oh, wow.
So we told her. She's now one of our loyal USA viewers as well, and that's just in the last month or so. So there's lots of stories to be told and we'd love to hear them throughout this week. Right, back to Tony.
Yeah, it's a community for me.
100%.
Just a community, 100%. The friendships that you get from 100%. Craft and people supporting and looking after one another is absolutely incredible. And we've had our highs, we've had our absolute lows, but because we're all so tight knit and you know built to support one another, it just works.
I've spent a third of my life on Create and Craft. I can't imagine life without Crate and Craft. I'll be here until they have to wheel me in, I think, probably.
Okay. So, the lady stamps, look here. This is Sadie, but here is one that is Francesca. So I just move this over for you. There we go. So Francesca. So this is stamped onto patterned paper and I've cut the lady's neck and head away. So I have this on patterned paper and I added some lovely, lovely sparkle, okay? So this is to show you how we get a coloured gown without picking up a pen or a pencil. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on top of here. And look at that, she has the most beautiful sparkly gown. I haven't touched a pen, a pencil, a bit of paint, it's paper. Now we've all got paper from our stash, haven't we? So you can
I forgot to mention Janice, of course. I was working with Janice before Crate and Craft was even thought of.
Really?
Yeah, the fabulous Janice. She was the tech guest on Ideal World right at the beginning. I did hundreds and hundreds of shows with Janice, and obviously now she brings us great shows and has her own unique sense of humour. So Janice as well, you know, incredible, the stories. They're laughing at me. What did I say? She does, yeah. Janice has a unique sense of humour. Sometimes I watch Janice's shows because I know there's going to be some fits of giggles at least once in the show.
And there we have.
And you know when somebody starts giggling, you can't help join in, can you really?
No, it's like when somebody starts getting hiccups or you all start getting them, don't you? So there we go, look at that beautiful paper gown, just from pattern paper, cut out and layered on top with a bit of sparkle. So now, okay, we've got a bit of time, so I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, we've got 7 minutes.
So bringing back our lovely frame look, which is now dry, which is wonderful. I'm just going to trim off that nasty edge where I have got glitter everywhere, if I can find my trimmer.
I need to show you a picture, and I'm afraid it's not of the mini Eureka.
Oh, right, okay.
But it will be this afternoon. Tony will sort it out. I tell you, she'll be wielding a stick back there later. I want to give you the details of the latest magazine. Actually, this is the Stamps by Me magazine box kit, issue number 1, that comes with an exclusive stamp and die set. If you want more of Tony Darroch and Stamps by Me, there's 82 all occasion creations inside this magazine.
So I have that with me.
Ah,
just like that.
Okay, I'll grab it.
Right, and okay.
It's limited stock.
Already. That was like my backup.
Tell me about this.
So basically, you get. So basically, I'm coming with you. Is that all right? So basically, you get A4 stamp. In fact, let's pop it open. I know it's limited. There's no point now keeping it all nice and pristine if it's already gone.
Not. No,
so basically, you get a lovely A4 stamp. You get a lovely embossing folder.
Probably going to sell out before you've opened it, you know that.
No. 1 sec. What have you heard of? Watch your nails.
Yeah, mind your nails. It's well sealed. Sold out.
Oh.
Back to what you were doing. Hope you got it.
Oh my gosh, that won me back up.
That's what it's going to be like this week. You see something, you get it in your basket, you check it out, or you miss out.
I can't believe that.
Right. We had a load of those as well.
I did have a ton of that. That's my backup show. That's why it was just right there.
Was it really? The backup show?
Yeah,
that was in case that you...
Yeah, that's why it's just there, right there.
I know you'll be here at 2, because even if the one-day specials are gone, we're doing the mini Eureka.
I'm going nowhere, I know it. I know it. Here's worrying. Let's show you. So I have the wonderful frame that we did with that lovely sparkle look. So let's build a quick card now. We've got a bit of time, so you get that lovely look at that. Those frames are incredible. So let's just get this one on here quite flat. Now you could 3D, you could do the die cut, you could make a shaped card, but I'm trying to do a few different types of cards here, so you sort of like get an idea of how versatile they are. So let's stick this one down here. And we've also got our wonderful flowers as well. Check this out. So we can now build a beautiful floral embellishment around the frame. Let's go ahead and do that. Now if you have pads and things like that, of course you can embellish with them as well. So I'm just going to build a lovely frame around here. And I'm just going to lift the sides up just to give a little bit of dimension on there. Here we go, look, just pull that around a little bit maybe. And then we have our greenery.
Now, email-wise, they've just been saying in my ear, that was why there was a pregnant pause there. We've still got so many emails coming in. Well, we're running out of time, but I think we've got the same producer at 2 o'clock. So the emails that you've sent in, I will read at 2 o'clock. There we go. Look, he's saving them for you. I will read those at 2 o'clock. They'll be the first emails that I get to read out once we've done the introduction and got into the demo.
Yeah, keep the emails coming. We'll do loads at 2.
Yeah, because I do not want anybody to have emailed in and then think we've ignored you, and especially not during this birthday. So thanks for the emails we've read out. The ones I haven't had the chance to read out, I promise he's saving them, and we will do those at 2 p.m.
So now I have my lovely gown. I wish I'd not stuck that there now. So I'm going to put her there. So I'm just going to pop this lady in here. And I just sort of shaped a gown a little bit, so a gown sort of gives a little bit of height. Push her up there a little bit more. A little bit of height. And then I'm just going to add a cute bow. Now these bows are stunning. Look at this here. So if you add just that without the background, it looks gorgeous. But look, we have these lovely tails which give you the realism of that flowy bow. They're absolutely beautiful. Now I think I'm just going to go with a plain white one here. Now you could stop at any point, but I'm just going to go to town with this one because we've spent a bit of time putting it together. I'm just going to pop it in the centre of this flower just to be a little bit different rather than on the corner. And then I'm going to pop, I call these frog's legs because they look like frog's legs. They do
actually, yeah. They do, yeah.
Isn't it like I was saying, they look like my legs.
Or mine.
But actually they're better than mine.
What, your legs or the...
Yeah, I've seen better legs hanging out of sparrow's nest. And then if you want to, you can absolutely add a centre, you can absolutely embellish, put a gem inside, and then if you want to, we could pop a sentiment. I think popping a sentiment on is going to be too much. Oh, we'll leave it. But there we go. So there's just that wonderful card.
Come back and join me, Tony. We've only got a minute to go. Don't forget, though, we will be back at 2 o'clock. There you go. Come and join me.
Thank you.
We will be back with your one-day specials at 2 o'clock. It's been incredibly busy. We're going to make sure, if we can, that there is the mini Eureka and the mini glass mat
I'll see what I can do for you all.
If we've got stock of them, because I think everybody would love to get their hands on those. Of course, we've got the main Eureka, which has been behind us here all the time. Listen, we started the show by saying things we didn't have in 2003. And basically, we didn't have you, we didn't have Stamps by Me, and we didn't have a whole range of products which, thanks to all of these emails and the ones I've still got to read out, have helped change people's lives and made them better crafters.
I just love craft, you know.
So
it's just amazing.
that there's no more to say.
No.
You know,
and I think Create and Craft's going to be here for a long time. We'll probably be stood here 5 years celebrating 25 years of Create and Craft. All of the lovely companies here are going to be even more creative, even more innovative. So, you know, I think it's just a lovely, lovely sort of thing that will grow and grow and grow.
Totally agree.
Can't
Toni
wait.
and I will be back in 3 hours' time for more brilliant Stamps by Me. Enjoy the rest of your morning. See you later. Okay, in an hour's time, something we didn't have in 2003. Goodness me, digital craftorium card making. That's your weekender. Here's something else we didn't have in 2003. The amazing Dan Bancroft.